Hey guys, it's me Cora, and today I'm going to be bringing you a Q&A video, and I haven't done one of these in a number of years, for any, big reason or anything, but I thought it would be a great way for me to sort of let you guys get to know me better, answer some of your makeup questions, some of your non-makeup questions. Okay, Van King wants to know, do you like to travel, and what countries would you like to visit? Please say New Zealand. I do love to travel. I love to, go and meet new people and see new places and experience things. And I think, particularly just where I'm at with things that have happened in the last couple of years, I have this like appetite for life. I want to go and do things, and I don't want to have any regrets. Like, I don't want to be 85 and think, oh my god, I've never been to Paris or whatever. I would love to go to New Zealand. I just want to see the world. I mean, it's here. I mean, we're living on it. We should experience these things to the best of our ability. I even like to travel within California, which is actually a pretty large state. It's pretty big. So we went down to Southern California a little bit or Central California technically, for my birthday this last year, and I'm dying to actually go back because I love that trip. I really want to go to LA sometime soon because I haven't been in a couple years, and I feel like I miss LA. But I like I said earlier in this, I want to go back to New York. I would love to go to New Orleans, just places within, Chicago, Florida, things within the US, but I deeply want to visit Paris. I want to go to Ireland. My husband wants to go to Ireland so bad. Trying to figure out a budget and try to make that happen can be a little difficult. So if any companies want to send me to these places, I'm just kidding. Holly has a really good question. She says, how do you think vlogging has influenced who you are as a person over the years, and do you think that you've changed in what ways? I think that, well, I mean, of course I've changed. I've been doing this since I was 22 and I'm now 30. So just as a person, even if I wasn't vlogging, I would have changed. We all change, hopefully. I mean, change is good. You want to evolve as a human being. And if I was still the same person that I was, when I was 22, I was a lot more insecure. And even then I thought I had so much self-confidence. Now I realize, you really do get better with age. You become smarter, you become sharper, I think you become funnier. And in truth, I think that people, 25 through like 55 are the most beautiful people in the world, but it could just because I'm in that age range. So like mentally, I feel that way. How has vlogging influenced me as a person? I think that it's allowed me to open up a little bit more in a kind of a safe space. It's allowed me to, really kind of indulge my fetishes of makeup, and that's been really, really great for me. But it has also done something else that's really great for me, and I've always known that I liked helping people. I used to be an optician, and one of my favorite things was being able to really help like the elderly and children with glasses and contacts and all that stuff. But I love helping and sharing things, and this has given me the platform to do that. So it's a wonderful outlet for me, both creatively and emotionally, to be able to help. And so many people have written to me and telling me that I've helped them. That makes me feel so good. I think maybe you're asking like how have my videos changed. I mean, I'm just a more confident person, and I know more from doing more, and I've practiced more, my skills have improved and things like that. Ash Trimble wants to know, what is the fashion advice you would have for plus size girls? There's a double-edged sword there, because what I want to say is any advice I'd have for a plus size woman is going to be the same as a straight size woman, but that's not true because our bodies are different. So my advice would be, don't worry about the size of your clothing items. Worry about the fit. Take multiple items in and try them on, because based on the cut of each thing, you're going to wear a different size, although that is general advice for everyone. My fashion advice, here's my fashion advice for everyone that's applicable to everyone and works for plus size and straight size. If you want to wear flattering clothing, find clothing that flatters you. There's so much information out there about flattering your body. But if you want to wear things that are just truly stylish and fashionable, then do that and don't care about flattering. I kind of do both. I have my days where I'm like, I want to look as hot as possible. I want to look fabulous. I want to look slim, or I want my butt to look really good, or whatever it is, or I want to wear flattering color. And that's me about like 80% of the time. And about 10% of the time, I just want to be comfortable. And another 10% of the time, I just want to wear something fabulous and not really give a shit what it looks like. So that would be my fashion advice. Everyone's body shape different, so the advice that I'd give to a pear-shaped person, whether they're size 8 or 18, is going to be different from the advice that I give someone who has, an hourglass figure or whatever. So really, it's just about wearing what you love, and if you love wearing flattering, beautiful clothing, do that. And if you don't give a hoot, then do you. You know, it doesn't matter. Okay, here's a cheeky question from Dustin. Flamingos or ostriches? I'm going to go with ostriches because they can run really, really, really fast, and they have better plumage in my opinion. Although flamingos are kind of a fabulous color, but ostriches. Okay, so then we're gonna flip it on over to Instagram. You guys like this case? I got like a million compliments on this case. I will have a link to it in the description bar down below because it's kind of amazing. And this little thing right here is called the pop socket, and it's like this little sticky thing. I'm gonna start with one from Nicole X Love. She says, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? Also, hi, you're my favorite person in the world. Love you. You are too sweet. I honestly think that if I could live anywhere in the world, I'd live here. I love it here. We are close enough to family. You know, obviously my dad lives in the same city, actually lives in my apartment building. I love this area. I think it's great. We're super close to San Francisco. You know, the weather here is fantastic, and I don't even want to brag on it too much because too many people are already moving into my city, and it's driving their rents up at an alarming rate. It's insane what an apartment costs here now. And I'm worried I'll never be able to buy a house. But if I could, like if someone just dropped $1 million in my lap and was like, you can live anywhere, I'd still probably buy a house here. So that to me says I really enjoy where I live. But maybe New York too, because I really love New York. Of course, it's expensive there too. So Miss Castrillo wants to know, what is my favorite Bay Area restaurant? And I actually have a ton, and I'm almost hesitant to share, but Mama's Royale is my favorite place to get brunch. My favorite place to get like any kind of like lunch thing, like I really, really love their salads, is Barney's. They also make incredible chili, which is really, really good. And then for sushi, I really love Nama. Smashly Ashley wants to know, this question she says is from her daughter. What was the most memorable encounter with a subscriber and what made it memorable? And have I had any creepy encounters? This is actually a good question, and I'm going to answer it. I would say that my most memorable one is actually a girl named Jessa, and she's come to a few of my meetups, and it's been really, really cool to see her over time. I'm always so excited to see her. She's young, but she's so talented, so beautiful. And it's just really kind of cool to continue to see her at each one of these meetups that I've done over the course of several years. Actually, the first time I ever met anyone from YouTube, I was working at Sephora, and this woman came up to me and she didn't like me. And so she just like was saying all this mean, like hateful stuff to me, and I couldn't get away. And it made me so uncomfortable and kind of scared. And even just like remembering it like makes me feel like nervous and like just kind of weirded out, because it was just such a strange thing to happen, and for it to be like the first person I ever met from YouTube was really intense. But overall, most of the people I meet are so amazing. It honestly makes me feel good. I've tried to keep in contact with many of you through Instagram or, you know, wherever, and chat back, and it's really special, and I feel really fortunate to have met you guys, to be honest. Minus the people who are really mean, which honestly, that's the only person I think who's ever really been mean to my face anyway. Okay, so Renee Loves Pets wants to know, do I have any advice for someone to tone down rosacea or redness without looking like they have tons of makeup caked on? Okay, so here's my advice for rosacea. You can do things like green tinted primers, green tinted powders, and things like that that will knock down the redness. Sometimes these can make your skin look a little bit on the gray side because it cancels it out so well that your skin starts to look a little dull. I personally find that more yellow based things work best, and trying to blend them in with other things. So like for instance, you got your rosacea, right? It's all hanging out all up in this general area. What you'll want to do is use your regular foundation on the other parts of your face and then mix a little bit in with more of a yellow, either concealer or with more yellow tinted foundation. Use that on the areas that you have rosacea, and then try to use a blush that's in a different tone from your natural flush. So if your natural flush is like a very, almost like a blue based pinky red, try to use a more peach toned blush. Likewise, if your rosacea is a little more on the peach side, try to use a, maybe a plum blush. So just try to, work with things. Also, there are things that you can do with slightly adjusting your hair color to a cooler tone or a warmer tone based on what works for you, which will help to minimize the appearance of your rosacea. Trogdor the Tranator, I love you. Okay, that's a funny name. She wants to know, what do you do to relieve stress? I think I'm actually going to make a video about this coming up. Things that I've done recently to minimize the amount of migraines that I get, and part of that has been to de-stress. So I'm not going to mention too many things, but just trying to find meditative things to do, because stress in and of itself makes you more stressed out, and it's a vicious cycle, and so many of us are living that life. So you guys let me know how interested you are. I think I'm going to make the video regardless, because I think it's really going to help some of my sisters out there who have stress in their life and get migraines and things like that. So, and of course, like, it kind of goes back to, like, I want to help people. It makes me feel good. Courtney Taylor says coffee or tea. Both, actually. I was gonna say coffee, but I'm actually currently drinking iced tea. Darla, my favorite color is glitter. First of all, amazing username. She asks, do you model for Torrid? I don't, but I should. Or she's saying, like, if not, you should. I would love to. That would be amazing. Hey, Torrid, let's make it happen. That would be a lot of fun. I would love to do that. I would love to pursue some more stuff like that this year. I did a little modeling with Gwenny B in New York, which was amazing, and it's definitely something I want to pursue more this year. This is a good question. Kitty303 wants to know, how do I feel about the proliferation of YouTube sponsorships, and how do I decide which companies to work with from the multitude of offers that I get? There's a lot of stuff out there. I mean, literally the amount of things you can get sponsored videos for is crazy. So for me, in terms of the sponsorships, I try to keep a balance. I don't try to do like 700 a month. I try to work with brands that I genuinely love. Like, for instance, my partnership with Gwenny B is something that's ongoing. We love each other. It's very mutual. And I like that brand before they ever came to me with an opportunity to work with them on a more consistent basis. So, and that's really what a lot of it is about, is like to do sponsored videos for stuff that I genuinely love. And if I don't love it, I just can't do it. I can't even tell you how many times I've actually had a deal worked out with a brand, but it's always contingent on if I like the product, and if I don't like the product, I can't make the video. And I've turned down huge sums of money. I mean, we're talking like so many zeros to do, videos for stuff that I just don't believe in. And I feel like my integrity is worth so much more than money, because I would have regretted that even more than I regret turning down the money. Yeah, it's basically just, making personal decisions for myself and working with brands that I genuinely love. And it's hard to get going, starting to get those kinds of sponsorships and stuff, but once you kind of get the hang of it, it comes, and even I struggle with it sometimes, trying to find brands to work with me and pay me that I genuinely love. It's not that easy. Love This Life 6533 wants to know, what's my favorite contour shade for pale skin? NYX Taupe Blush. It's the best. It is the very best. It's amazing. I love it. There's also this company called Lunatic Cosmetics, and I'm going to be doing a review of them relatively soon. And they have a contour kit that has a lot of cool gray colors, which is awesome. So excited. Can't wait to share that. Like, I'm like resisting reaching out and grabbing it right now, but this video is not about that. Fuckasaurus, you have a cool username, just so you know. She wants to know, if I wasn't in the makeup industry, what would you be doing? I could definitely see myself going back to being an optician. I really enjoyed that. It's a job that pays pretty well. I could definitely see myself going back to school for interior design, or I kind of already mentioned most of this, going into communications or marketing or something. I think that a lot of the skills that I've acquired through YouTube are applicable to those industries, and I think that would be something that would hold my interest and hopefully pay a lot of money, because I want to buy a house at some point. Joey Cat wants to know, how did me and Mikey meet? We met in high school. We are high school sweethearts. We have actually a husband tag, which I will link in the description bar down below if you want to know more about our little love story. RM Walsh 12 wants to know, what's my favorite food? Honestly, my favorite food is this thing that Mikey makes out of the Skinny Taste cookbook, and it's called Skinny Mac, but it has broccoli in it, and sometimes he makes it with chicken. And because you're adding all these different things in, and like, you use sharp cheddar so that you can use less of it. Oh, speak of the devil, and he shall appear. It's a healthier version of mac and cheese. So oh gosh, I gotta answer this. Hey, baby. Ordinarily, I'd normally like refilm this whole segment, but it's actually ironic because Mikey is calling me to find out what he can pick up from the store so that I can cook dinner tonight, which is going to be this really great fried rice recipe that I found online, which I will also have a link to because it's really, really yummy and delish, and I haven't made it in quite a while, so we're very excited about that. But yes, it's the Skinny Mac from the Skinny Taste website. I have the cookbook. It is fantastic. I will go ahead and have a link to that in the description bar down below for you. Phenomenal recipes, and the Skinny Mac is absolutely, I mean, that's like my comfort food. I'm like, I had a bad day, baby. Will you please make me my Skinny Mac? And I've tried making it myself and it doesn't taste as good. Does anyone else have that? Like, there's just something that somebody else needs to cook for you. Okay, Chocolate Hearts of 8 wants to know, am I a shoe girl or a bag girl? I definitely like handbags, but overall I'm a shoe girl more because first of all, I realized I have tons of pairs of shoes, and I think that good quality shoes are so much more important, or they are so important for your health. So I am definitely the kind of person who likes to get good quality shoes. That's why, like, when I buy flats, I buy teaks if I can, because they're so much better for your body mechanics, and the rubberized bottoms are great, and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, definitely, I'm a shoe gal. I'm a shoe gal. I'm like Carrie Bradshaw. Oh, and here's my favorite person I was talking about, Jessa. She says, what is your favorite hair color style you've ever had? Love you, girl. Jessa, you are too much. Favorite hair color or style? I really liked the pink and purple and black. I think that it was good. I think it was flattering. At a certain point, I started feeling a little ridiculous with it because I was turning 30. And then after I turned 30, I realized life's short. Have whatever freaking hair color you want. And I'm like, ah. Plus, I just wanted to try doing something else. I don't know. I just have a lot that I really like, Jessa. And thank you for asking. Honestly, if I could just shave your head and take your hair. I'm just kidding. That would be creepy. French Girl 26 says, you mentioned a few months ago that you started working out. Are you still doing it? Yes and no. After a lot of the things that went down, I'm not going to pretend that I wasn't depressed last year and that I'm not still kind of in that. So sometimes it's really hard to do things that are good for you when you're feeling really, really bad. So I did slack. However, I do have this like renewed vigor, and I actually went out and bought new workout clothes literally yesterday. So it's actually kind of weird that you asked that. So I'm going to be picking it back up. I mean, it's not like I haven't done anything, but I'm going to be going back into the gym sometime soon, which I'm really excited about. It feels good. It physically helps you get out some of your stress. It helps you get out, any kind of thing that's going on with you mentally, and it's good for your body. And that's that. Okay, typical Gemini CA wants to know, any tips for lipstick for older gals who are starting to get lines around the mouth? Clear lip liner. Learn it, live it, love it. You don't have to buy an expensive one. Milani makes one that you can get at the drugstore if you can't find that. Urban Decay makes one. Too Faced makes one. You could even buy something like the MAC Prep and Prime Lip. It really helps with feathering because I have this lip scar. I know all about lip feathering, and I've figured out how to get things on lock. The other thing too is if you're going to be somewhere where you think that feathering might be an issue, like for instance, if you need to wear a lip color for like 8 hours, maybe that's not the day to wear a glossy berry, like deep berry. Glossier lipsticks are more prone to bleeding and feathering than matte lipsticks, and liquid lipsticks are such a great way to completely eliminate the whole issue altogether. So that would be my advice. And I'm going to stop right there because Mikey's about to head home and I gotta start cooking dinner. I gotta go cook the rice ahead of time so I can make my little fried rice recipe, and you'll see what I'm talking about if you go ahead and click that link down there. Anyway, I hope that you guys are having a great day. Thank you guys for watching this Q&A. This was fun. I will do this again soon because there are so many more questions that I wasn't able to answer. So let me know what you guys think about this by giving me a thumbs up and commenting down below. Share this with your friends and don't forget to subscribe. So that's it. Have a great day and I'll see you in my next video. Remember to be Vintageortacky. Just be your own kind of beautiful. Casey Masson wants to know, if you could live in one era of makeup, which would it be? And I feel like the 1920s, and here's why.